Doobie doo. We're just waiting on YouTube to show that we are streaming, and it looks like it started. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, goblins and ghouls, and space cadets of all ages. I am the Tanis Likens, and welcome back to Empyrion. I don't know what we're going to get into today. I've got a couple of different ideas, and all of them are building instead of going off and finding stuff. However, there is one idea that I'm toying with that is going off and finding stuff. Specifically, we need to go off and find derelict ships. Because if I recall correctly, anytime you returned lost cargo, you get a little bit of experience for it. Not experience, you get a little bit of unlock points for it. And so there's a very specific reason why, and that is because originally when we did all this, and I don't think there is a way to reset it, I went and grabbed all the plasma cannon stuff. Well, Artemis Rogue put out a new video where I'm pretty sure he's using dual medium cannons on his ship instead of plasmas, which is kind of annoying. I knew that the game had changed as far as what is viable and all that, and we also don't have the light modulated lasers. So yeah, the only way for us to get more points is specifically to go off and like get more stuff. Okay. More lost cargoes and return those. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking we need to do, because there's a lot that we don't have unlocked. And clearly the game has been changed to where it maxes out at, well, no, I don't think it changed. It maxes out at 25, so we aren't getting anywhere there. You can see that our XP is completely full, where there's no more levels, so the only other way to get experience, I believe, is through the lost cargoes. I know you can do missions for it, but I'm not too inclined to go off and do missions. I'd rather go off and find stuff. Like, finding another one of those ships would be great. And this is one of the things I was thinking about doing. I wanted to go ahead and maybe start working on this thing, and I still miss some blocks. I was going around, like, trying to clear out all the broken blocks so that when we finally get to working on this thing, those are all gone. But apparently I still missed one or two, so I'll have to go over this with a fine-tooth comb again. This may be a project for a later date. It may be something that we do, like, maybe at some point somebody calls me out and like, hey, you gonna work on that ship? Same goes for the SVs over here. I was thinking we could use the HV to go ahead and tear apart the one in the back, which would be this one, because we've already redone the nose of this guy, so all of the back area is what needs to be redone, and we're going to turn on symmetry for that at some point. We're not going to do that right now. And then there's some things I would like to change on it, and we definitely need to try and repair all the blocks. Though I think for repairing all the blocks, we are just going to use... We're either going to use the repair bay over there, or we could potentially use our one little ship to do that. I'm thinking, like, originally I was like, okay, we're gonna like swap out all this hardened steel for like regular steel, that way it's not as heavy and not requiring as much thrust. But I've since rethought that, and we're probably just gonna remake this as is, but again, same as the other one, that's probably a project for a later date. I'm not really sure what I want to do with these things because they are massive builds, and while they do appear to be like some sort of attack vessel, an attack SV isn't really something that I really want to do. We have the little ones, but those are we have those for a reason. Another reason why I thought about just working on those is so that we would be at the base, and I just remembered to do this. I've been like moving around in the world a little bit. Ugh. Apparently, I've still got. Oh no, that's because we just mined that. But we gotta go take these and put them in the pentaxid farm. But that is another reason why I wanted to stay around here for a while instead of going off, is to get the pentaxid growing, because we really don't have a whole lot of pentaxid at the moment, and some ships are lacking in how much they have, others are perfectly fine. So giving this stuff a while to grow would actually be a good thing. Uh, Another possibility would have been like working on that thing, because there's some major changes that I'm thinking we got to do to that, and some alterations that are going to be necessary, like weapon platforms and everything. I was thinking about putting them flat against the side. I'm now like thinking that that may not be the smartest idea, but I'm not really sure. And while we're out there like harvesting ships and everything, we might be able to find more crystals. I haven't quite made up my mind of which avenue I really want to go with. Though most like we're gonna go off and like look for stuff, look for ships specifically. Hopefully, we got enough defense in our one ship to not worry about anything. Hopefully, though there's no guarantee on that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this real quick. Oh, we can. We have berries now. We should go get the berries. And we have more of these oranges too. I wonder if we can actually connect to that from here. I doubt it, but yeah, no, we can't connect to it. So I'll have to go get those out of that ship. Don't worry, we will go off and do something here in a minute, other than just little mundane task. I still don't know what to do with this thing. Like, maybe I'll rebuild that, maybe I won't. Hopefully we got enough fuel left in this thing from just idling for so long. It should be fine. I don't see why we'd have any issues with it now. It's been running just fine with how little fuel is actually in it. And we got like just buckets of fuel at the moment too. Let's see. This was over here. Yeah, here's the berries. And we got more of these. Coffee we don't need. We don't technically need those yet. I need to separate these. I mean, technically this should be down here, but you can still make food out of it. Yeah, okay. That'll be fine. Let's go put this over there. I also need to check the oxygen levels of our biofarm. Make sure the biofarm's got plenty of oxygen. I don't see why it wouldn't. You know, one other thing we could do is technically we could go ahead and put that one thruster in this big thing. I'm really tempted to start working on that again, but I really don't feel like we've got the resources for it. Hang on, no, I'm not gonna worry about that. We'll do that in a minute. I don't think ammo is going to be a big issue. What I really think is going to be a big issue is how cold we get in the ship. Where am I going? Going over here. So let's get these. Here with that, and then we got one berry. I really don't like that the berries are going to be next to the egg, but I don't feel like rearranging all this either. Honestly, we could probably go ahead and start growing the other plants too. I thought I had a lot more of that stuff. Yeah, so this is the only one we got. Yeah, we won't worry about it. So the question now is, where are we going to go off to find derelict ships? And the answer is, I don't know. I've got to do a little bit of research real quick, because I do think there is a preferred spot or a preferred star type where you can find a lot of derelict ships. I'm also kind of like considering possible threats too, because we could go back to the solar system where we lost this ship originally, but that may not be the best idea to go there. I don't know. Okay, I feel like we're still good on fuel, but we could be much better. Same goes for oxygen. We could be a lot better. The O2 on this is not very big either. I don't know why I'm trying to do that. If you access any container, it goes to what the default container actually is. All right. So yeah, we need to do just a little bit of research here. Okay, you can get some stuff here. Oh yeah, we're not going to a lost world yet. Yeah, I'm not doing any of that just yet either. Yeah, okay. So I'm not really gonna worry about that. So MD and AVV cold systems have estrium in them. Hot systems have gold and zirconium. So we went to that one. We didn't really find much. I want to be a lot safer about this. KBO. I think B's are like black holes. I don't even know. PSR2? Starting systems, starting systems. KBO and MD. Cold system. Okay, where are we the most likely to find? Okay, we're gonna do some research. Okay, so it says hot systems are where we most likely needed to go. So hot systems for scrap yards, but I don't think we can afford any. Um, where are most likely places to find derelict ships? Okay, I don't think it really matters. Do, 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 do. So Pentaxid is something we really need. Okay, so its rarity is uncommon. So pretty much either of these would be fine. If we go to a system with Zirconium, if we go to a system with Estrum. So let's get out into space. We've got 212 pentaxids, so I think we should be good for a little while. I don't know how safe any of this is going to be. It may not be safe at all. Yeah, there's really no way of knowing what's going to be fine for us to go to and what's not. Here it is. Plot route? We'll just fly over here and see what there is in the solar system. I figure the best way to actually like look is to start with the innermost spot. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna start here. We're just gonna start there and we're gonna live out here for a little while. That's a big planet. Okay, so it seems like there is a ship of some sort. Hopefully not anything I gotta worry about. As much as I would like to get that pentaxid asteroid, considering there's a ship moving around right there, I don't want to risk whatever it is. So, copper, there's a pentaxid there. Man, there's a lot of Xerex. I can't be extremely picky either. We've got to get some pentaxid. Xerex supply station, there's a pentaxid down there. I don't know if we can get to it without any trouble, though. Of course, that's copper. I really, really don't want to know what that ship is either. I mean, I don't feel like we're ready to build any kind of combat vessel, so... A little outpost. Okay, there's another ship of some sort. Yeah, so that's a carrier there. We don't want to mess with that. Oh yeah, I'm not going near those. Iron and iron. There is wreckage there, and it does appear to be a... Oh wait. No, this is a this is a normal... Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that is so not good. That is so not good. Yeah, yeah, please, please deal with that. Yeah, no, 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 no. Keep me away from that. An Emirat? Oh, God. No, we do not want to deal with that. Ooh, that's a horrible thing to run into and have shooting at you. That is definitely not something I want to deal with. Holy mackerel. An ice asteroid, okay. So no POIs here that I really, really want. Yeah, see, it's shooting me from further. Okay, we got a problem here. So my turrets weren't even trying to attack that, and it could hit me from way further than I could hit it. That is so not good. Hopefully we didn't take any real damage there. Because I did put stronger blocks. This is not a good place to be. Yeah, they definitely changed weapons in this because my turrets weren't even shooting at that. It was hitting me from so much further away. That's probably why this ship got destroyed originally. Is because they were able to take it out before it was in range of all my weaponry. Like, that makes me mad, actually. Like, how is that even, like, fair? If it can hit me from further than I can hit it? I mean, those weapons, all of these turrets are specifically for defense. And if they're not defending me, what good are they? Okay, so we got a colonist ship here. Apparently we got another... a freighter. It looks like all those little things are still coming at me too. I'm curious, like, what's over here? We may go to the planet too, but I'm not seeing any derelict ships in space. Like, there's one, but it's so close to an outpost, and there's an Imrat flying around. No. Like, no. So the two main small vehicles that you will come across for the Zirax, I don't remember the other one's name. There's two of them, and the Imrat's actually the bigger one. And I don't want to deal with that. That's an attack vessel. Okay, there's just mining stuff here. I don't care about it. Let's see if we can get to the moon. Actually, before we do that... Now, those things still, like, coming at me? I shouldn't be cold. Why am I cold? I should not be cold. What is happening? Why am I cold in my ship? And I'm not just slightly cold either, like, I'm freezing very quickly. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that. That just happened so quick. I don't think our little SV even had time to warm up. Is negative 346 outside. Holy mackerel. Well, this is definitely a cold area. I can't spend any time outside here. I love that. They added that some time ago to Reforged Eden, where you can actually like fly through asteroids. So CanFly8385 had asked me about, or he didn't ask me. He said that it'd be cool if the creators of the game took some of the stuff from Reforged Eden and added it to the base game. And I said that would be cool, and I stated a whole bunch of things. But the one thing that I think would really be nice is the immersive asteroids in Reforged Eden 2, like the ones you can fly through. You can't do anything with them except for fly through them and then break apart, but it is so cool that they added that. There's like a really cool detail. Now, if only the asteroids were all real, and if you flow through it, you broke it apart. But it doesn't work like that. Like you can't. There's no collision for breaking an asteroid, like one that you would be able to mine out. There's no collision to cause it to break. Does that make any sense? What I'm trying to say there? Because those asteroids and the ones that you can mine are completely different. They function completely different. Those, if I run into it, I hit it, and then I can mine it out. That stuff back there, I can't do anything with it except for fly through it, and it like flies apart. It's really cool. So unfortunately, you can't have both worlds on that. Yeah, see, there's the Emmerrat again. It's Emmerrat class destroyer. Yeah, screw that thing. I do not want to fight it. Oh, one thing. Okay, gravity's fine. We got no issue with the gravity here. I needed to check that before I fly in there and like end up getting stuck on the ground. Hopefully we can get some more pentaxid on the ground. Because we desperately need that. Which again was one of the reasons why I was thinking like let's just stay at our base and do some work on a ship or something. But I really need to get more unlock points, which I think you can get from the lost loot, lost cargo. Oh, no, 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 no. Do not start me over that. Hell no. Oh, this is tiny. This is absolutely tiny. This is one small moon. Okay, it does have Neo and Sathium, but that's right near that. And we got a whole bunch of other things over here. Like, there's one Xerax territory on this planet, and it's covering the entire planet. How are there creatures on this planet? Or are those drones? Yeah, see, we've already flown around it because there's the Neo and Sathium again. It was behind us. Now it's in front of us. Okay, that... Yep, I'm trying to avoid it. You know what? Let's just get out of here. There's too much that we would have to fight off here. Like, you got missile bases, drone bases, and we don't have a vehicle that I'm confident in as far as attacking. I mean, that attack vehicle is... It probably would work fairly well. The problem I have is if anything is shielded, we're gonna have issues. Okay. We need to go to a different moon because this is just a death trap. And we need to go to a different moon like ASAP. So where is my marker? Unfortunately, it's not a good area. There's too much Xerax presence there. Okay, this might be fine. I don't know what that is sitting there, but I don't think we got much to worry about. It does look like there's a derelict ship right here. I'm guessing the others are ores. No idea what kind of ore though. And this is, you can see it on the top right. The shape of the little ship icon will tell you exactly what type it is. That particular one is a capital vessel, and then the smaller one down to the bottom right of the radar is actually another capital vessel. So, Planet Trader Wreck. Okay, so this is going to be some kind of trade vehicle. I don't know what all is going to be on this. I'm not sure which one this is. So there's another wreckage off to our left. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we do have the problem with it being very, very, very cold outside. I've got no way to defend against that kind of cold. Heat protection 15, this is 15, so there's literally nothing I can do about that. We don't need the jetpack in space, so we're going to put that there. So that gives us a grand total of food, radiation. Okay, it gives us... Okay, it's still not enough for how cold it is out there, but it's at least something. Yeah, because we are in space, we don't need the jetpack. I am gonna do this trick though. See if we can find the core first. Unless we don't need it. We don't need it. Okay. I'm just gonna put it there. I wish I could access that stuff. Thruster. Doobie doo. Go on vacation. Beware the penguins. I've been obsessed with that for years. If you are familiar with that, that's an old commercial for I think it was Bud Light. Okay, I don't see anything else. Doesn't mean there's not any other things here. We need to get all the storage on it though. Give me the chair. Give me that. Yeah. Oh, I should not have put the core there, because that means I gotta fly all the way over there to get it. Okay, I don't see anything else. There might be more thrusters on it, but I don't see any. So we're gonna have to get out there and... Actually, let's take the matter transmitter. Alright, this is gonna be very cold, so we gotta go quick. Is that it? Wow, really? No, we did take some block damage there. Oh, come on. We've got the air on and everything in this thing. And see, that's what I'm worried about when it comes to actually making a combat vessel in this, because clearly the iron is not going to cut it. You're going to have to put... Like, I already know that changes for RE2 means that you've got to put actual armor on your vessels. Like, no more getting away with flimsy ships. But still, like, the actual requirements for building are like so insane now. Okay. Last thing. We gotta get our core. Whew. Alright. Didn't find anything that we were after here. I think... Yeah, that says wreck. Wreckage. It's not showing me an icon for what kind of wreckage, though. So we're just gonna fly over here and find out what this is. Hey, we're not done, like, inspecting everything out here. Oh, is this one of those graveyards? No. Looks like there's only two things here. Well, I say two things, but like two halves of a ship. Alright, what we got here? Okay, so there is a core that we gotta blow up. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, your core is like right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. Put you there so we can easily get to it. Give me that. What? How did that happen? I don't remember deactivating my helmet. Ooh, large ion thrusters. Yeah, this section is completely blown away. This is one that I had thought about, like, rebuilding at some point. Like, grabbing one of these things and rebuild. Ooh. Yay. Got another thruster. another big one. So that's a good thing for our future endeavors for the other capital vessel, for the big one. And there's never anything in those. I think we've got pretty much everything. Decorative block. Retrospect, I probably should have left that here in a second. I don't know why there's a blast door right there. That's really weird. Why would there be a blast door? Oh, this guy. Just the one? Just the one, huh? Okay, I don't see any other parts that's worth taking. Yeah, so the next thing would be just to get the loot out of it. Bada bing, bada boom. Oops. Alright, thrusters, we always keep thrusters. Yeah, I guess we'll keep that. Definitely keep the weapon. Keep this. You never know when you need landing gear, just in case, like, you're trying to, like, salvage a ship. Doors, I don't think we really need to keep, but I'm gonna do that anyway. Yeah, I don't see a reason not to keep that stuff. Yeah, I think we should keep those. Spare parts. Actually, let's take that and put it in the pentaxid tank. We keep doing that until we're actually, our pentaxid tank's actually full. Large fridge. And then that needs to go in the spare parts. Okay, cool. Yeah, I did get the core. Okay. So, again, not very eventful. We did get another thruster, which is a good thing. Okay, so let's go this way. There's an ice asteroid down there. I don't really know what you get from the ice asteroids other than ice. I don't know if there's anything like in the ice, or you just use the ice to create oxygen. I don't know. I feel like oxygen is like the least of my worries. Granted, we didn't take any of the oxygen out of that one or the other ship. But that's because it's so cold. And if you're wondering like where's the temperature at, okay. So if you look up to the right and you see the radar up there, right below that you'll see that gigantic 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that's the temperature inside the ship. Uh, the small temperature on the top, I believe, is actually my temperature. So my temperature is 77 degrees, and then the one below that, and this is all in Fahrenheit, the one below that is negative 356. So it is very cold in space, especially this space. This space is absolutely freezing. And then below that is the radiation. So radiation inside the ship, zero. My body radiation is zero. Radiation outside, it looks like that says 6.6, but I can't really read it. It's almost too small for me to read, so. Okay, silicone. I don't really care about that. So we got more heat signatures this way. And I'll tell you another thing. If you pay attention to all the radar pings that I've got on the screen here, notice that they're mostly stationary. They're moving only because they're moving with me. However, you got one of these blue ones right here. It's not really moving right now, but one of them was, okay, you can kind of see it there. See how it's kind of jumping a little bit? Like it's not a smooth movement. You can tell from that alone that it is a ship. So anytime you're like wondering if a ping is like a base or something floating in space or if it's a ship, just look to see if it's moving. Because if it's jumping around on the screen, just like that is, yeah, it's definitely a ship. Okay, we got neodymium right here. That is definitely a resource that we need to get. And there's actually 2 neodymium asteroids here. I don't think we got much to worry about if I get into the mining business. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's a solar array. I was like, what is that down there? Alright, we got another ship coming in there. I think we're good, though. Okay, so the temperature inside this SV is very, very, very low, and you can see my body temperature is starting to drop there. So we probably should leave this running until we can get in that and not be frozen. So it's going to take a while for this to warm up. It is so cold out here in this area. So yeah, we need to. It's not just this one. We need all three of these to run. Because if I use them for any reason, we got to be able to survive in them. And right now, that ain't gonna happen. I think we're still good. I don't think there's anything bad coming towards us. Whoops. Kind of like waiting for a car to warm up. Okay, so this is better. The temperature's it's going up inside here, so I think we would be good just to go ahead. Yeah, I think we're good. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Hopefully. But I think we're fine. However, we did see earlier that once again, like I was saying, it seems like they can attack us from much further out than we can attack them. Because I did notice that the one ship was firing missiles at us long before they were in range for our turrets to auto-target them. So that is kind of concerning. And while those aren't exactly drones, they're not like little weak things that we need to not be concerned about coming after us. Because clearly they are capable of destroying a ship. We found that out the hard way. Right now, I am flying on the backside of where my ship is. So hopefully it's not gonna bite me in the butt. Now this would be a lot quicker if I had a capital vessel with mining drills on it, but we're not quite to that stage yet. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to put those on the big carrier. I mean, I may do it, I may not, because it's going to be a bigger carrier. It's not going to be like a big carrier. That one's going to be more like a home away from home for the long trek. Whether or not I'm going to set up satellite bases is still remain to be seen. I'm not really sure if I want to or not, because that takes a lot of time and effort to do that. But we have been saving up quite a bit of parts and pieces, so it may be easier than I'm thinking to do that. I know one thing, if we're far enough out that trying to get back is a giant pain in the butt, or trying to get back to our ship is a giant pain in the butt, like, both of those are no bueno. That's not a good... It's not a good thing at all. So having satellite bases may be necessary. For now, I'm thinking, like, we just need to get resources. Resources everywhere. I mean, we're still on the hunt for lost cargo, but I don't know, like, finding lost cargo is not as easy as it sounds. You can't just go to a POI and be like, oh, here's lost cargo. No, it's complete RNG BS, whether or not you get any kind of good item from a particular POI. It's just completely and utterly random. And yes, I'm well aware that I'm only, like, mining stone at the moment. If you recall, we still have a main base to build, so we need a lot of stone too. I wish I could change the color of the lasers. Because the glow effect keeps making me think my shield is taking some kind of damage. Which clearly it's not. It's throwing me off mentally a little bit that it's the exact same color as the shields. Hell, I wish we could change the color of the shield. I have noticed, and I wonder if anybody else has noticed, that in pretty much any game that deals with space, the color of the shield is always a light blue. Always. It doesn't even matter, like, if you're playing a space-based game or a game where you have shields on your character, such as Halo. The indicator is always this very pale blue, like a sky blue. Always. It's always the same. There's no deviation in that. Heck, the really old Robotech game, I think even that had blue shields in it. Now, I do know where some of that stuff comes from. It's based on old beliefs where, like, blue was representative of spiritual and green was representative of magic. So if you go back and you play, like, old Final Fantasy games, you'll notice that the magic bar is green, and then some characters will have blue depending on the game. For, like, things that aren't magic. They did away with that at some point, and it all became like one thing. And then I think green at some point became stamina for everybody, except for Empyrion. For whatever reason, their colors are all just one color. You know, it's getting lower because it starts changing to yellow and then red. But it doesn't change until very low. Like most things in this, it changes to yellow at 25% of its max, which is very, very low in some cases. And then it changes to red at about, I'd say probably about 10 to 5%. Don't hold me to that because I'm just thinking out loud and like thinking about like where I usually see it. So it's got to be like 10 to 5% on that. For to turn red, that is. I mean, even your storage is exactly the same way. Like once you get close to 100% storage, it starts turning red. And then once you got about 25% space left, it's yellow. And yes, I'm well aware that we are like way over on our storage. Remember, I don't like playing with that. I know some people do, and I try to build ships around the concept that, hey, you're gonna want this, but I just can't stand it. I don't even know why you would want that either. Is it because it's like, oh, this is more difficult and some people are going to like it, so they're noobs if they don't use it? No, I don't like it because I'm used to a lot of other games where your storage is just your storage. Like, once it's filled up, you can't carry anymore. Like Minecraft. Like, once you can carry as much as you can carry. Weight has no limit. 7 Days to Die used to be the same, and it technically still is, but they've implemented a cumbersome mechanic, which I don't like. I hate that they did that, because it is so dumb in my opinion. It's probably one of the dumbest additions that they did in that game. Next to the whole microtransactions for armor. Which I will admit I either have 2 or 3 of those, and I've never actually used them. But there's a reason for that. Not for buying the microtransaction, I wanted those outfits. Which I think is dumb, they should include those in the base game. It's not like Destiny where they're actually cosmetic. They're purely cosmetic. 7 Days to Die, they actually have stats. However, I wanted those because purely cosmetic. One of them being, I think they had like a steampunk armor that they added. And I will admit, I have bought like lots of things for cosmetics. Like I recently, the last thing I did recently is Path of Exile, which I haven't played in a while. I went ahead and bought the Goblin skin set. Yeah, no, hate on me for doing that, but I really thought it'd be really cool when I get back into, like, trying it out and everything. I'm waiting for them to update more stuff, because right now it's just, it's an atrocity to try to play Necromancer in that game. And that's the reason I bought those skins, because I was like, oh, this would make a Necromancer look absolutely evil. I want to do that. Not that I want to play an evil Necromancer, it's just if I'm playing a Necromancer, Necromancers are typically considered evil, so I want the character to look evil. And hell, you can make a Goblin? Yes, I think so. The only thing I wish you could do in that game, though, is pick your gender. Because the gender is strictly tied to the class in that game. So if I want to play a Necromancer, I gotta play a female character. Not a huge deal. I mean, my character in all 3 of my characters in Destiny are female. My character in Ark currently is female. And I haven't been on that in quite a while because, I don't know, I just haven't felt like playing Ark. Even though we got this new fancy laptop that is now a year old, that could easily run Ark at max settings. I just haven't played it. Actually, what's the most we've done with this laptop? Actually, I want to say Empyrion. I played more Empyrion with the laptop than anything. I literally don't think there's anything else that I've really done with the laptop since I got it. I mean, I did try there for a little while to play 7 Days to Die, and it ran so much smoother. I did boot up Arc and tried to do a little bit of that, but I don't know. Arc is one of those where I really, Empyrion's the same way, but I still like playing Arc, both. But I really feel like you need to be in a group to get anywhere. You need to be active with a group. And I'm feeling kind of defeated on that part too. Like, I know I've talked about feeling defeated playing stuff, but because you absolutely have to have, like, so many people, and the reason isn't necessarily because of the difficulty of the game. The reason is because of their level system, and this is what I love so much about Minecraft. Because of their level system in both 7 Days to Die and Ark, you have to specialize in what you're going to do. It's even more important in 7 Days to Die because there's so much that you have to do, like growing food, making weapons, making traps, making vehicles. You have to specialize in something in order to get anywhere in that. And if you're specializing in something, that means you're going to be really weak in some area. And that is a problem. Because if you're playing solo, you can't do everything at once. Because they put a cap on it. Which I think is stupid. That's one of the main reasons why I hated when the Fun Pimps changed 7 Days to Die to the level system. I was like, why is this gotta be RPG? Like, it'd never been RPG before, and now you're making it RPG. But, I mean, it half works. There's parts about it that I just don't understand. Like, why the spear is under, I think it's under perception instead of agility. However, the bow is under agility instead of perception. Like, what? Why? Those two seem backwards to me. Actually, the bow being under strength would make more sense to me. If you've ever tried to fire a bow, like, it takes a lot of arm strength to pull that string. A lot. Like, don't be fooled by movies and the people, like, doing archery. Like, it takes a lot to pull that drawstring. The movies make it look so easy, and it's so not easy. I think, oh gosh, what is her name? Jennifer Lawrence. Though it's not Jennifer Lawrence anymore. I don't know where her last name is now. But, I think she's the only, like, actual archer among all the actors that have played archers. Like, I don't think Orlando Bloom could fire an arrow at all. Screw you, Orlando Bloom. I would make a better Legolas. Though, in terms of looks departments, I would absolutely lose. I mean, there's a reason I keep, like, posting I want to play Arno Stark in the MCU. First and foremost, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Like, I can't compete with that. And then secondly, it's just the looks department. I feel like Arno Stark shouldn't look as good because he is the true son of Howard Stark. And there's this whole thing where he is supposed to be, like, I don't even know what the word is I'm looking here for. Oh, I can't do it on this. I gotta switch these. I don't know what I'm thinking there. Like he's not supposed to look as good or something. Like he shouldn't look as good because he's, I don't know. But I can't really put that into proper words. All right, we're good there. So there's another neodymium asteroid here. We got like 4,000 just now, so I'm not really going to worry about that too much. So we just need to move on. Copper, on the other hand, we may grab some copper, because we do need some copper. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. Mostly we need the copper for making ammo. Okay, I'm going to keep going about it. It does have me a little bit concerned, but it seems our vessel took care of itself. Though I am thinking we're probably going to have to get in the repair craft and take a gander at it. I'm about to say, why are they not shooting at that? Jeez, it's taking a lot to destroy this thing, too. Holy cow. Like, look how far away we had to fly to shooting at that thing. You know, we definitely have a problem as far as, like, range that we can fire back at. I don't think you can get away with the sentry guns anymore. Because range, like, clearly we had a range issue. And that's something that I pointed out, like, some time ago, that the enemy craft can actually, like, shoot further than we can. And I guarantee you they were firing before that, and we probably got some block damage. We'll have to get in the repair vehicle and see what we got to do to get it back. Make sure we're not going to lose any blocks anywhere. It'll be a lot easier just to use the repair bay, but we also got to make repair charges. And plus, I'm going to end up moving that repair bay anyway. That was just a temporary location. That wasn't permanent. That was just, hey, I want to fix up all the blocks on this, so let's move it. Let's do it this way, instead of wasting multi-tools and other things. I know, when I was reading up on, like, finding derelict ships and everything, one of the things I did note is that it says to find scrap yards, you're more likely to find them in, like, colonist areas. Now, doing anything with the scrap yards right now would be impossible. Because that buying a ship in order to, like, take the parts off, scrap it, or to rebuild it, they're just way too much. And plus, I don't think there's any, like, actual good ships there, unless you're, like, rebuilding it for the purpose of just having a capital vessel to fly around. Though I do think they do sell a few small vessels. I've never actually bought one from them. When I was on Spange's server before I left his community, I had stopped off at at one of those, and I was planning on buying a ship because at the time I was using my Gold Marshal ship, which is a mining ship. It's a mining capital vessel for Core 5. Probably way too much for a Core 5, but or not enough for a Core 5. However, it had a lot of parts and barely used any energy if you turned off the thrusters. So the whole point of that ship was like, this is a mid-game ship. Like, you can use this to go collect asteroids and carry quite a bit of material in it. Though, compared to some others, like, I'm not sure how well it actually works. Because I thought that the storage was quite extensive on it, but I never got to really test it on his server too much. There's actually two reasons why I left his server and his community. The first one was I was only on his server because of a gift sub. Now, according to some of the people on there, they don't really enforce the whole subscription thing too well. So I could have played on there, but I didn't feel right about it. The other thing is some people were whining and complaining about my Twitch announcement. And let's just say I was like, I'm not dealing with liberal whiners. Which is probably why my Twitch account is, I'm pretty sure, blacklisted. So that's why I'm starting to stream here on YouTube instead of on Twitch. Because I think the liberal pieces of crap on Twitch are, like, flat out blacklisting me. Now, here on YouTube, like, I'm still pretty much an unknown. Like, we're getting there. We got 2 more subscriptions here recently. At least I think we got 2. Last I looked, it still says that we have 93. I thought somebody was going to join, but doesn't look like they did, or I miscounted. Well, I didn't actually count. I'm just saying that well, maybe it was, like, there was one person that joined and then another one joined, and it still said 93. So it was at 92 because I had somebody leave. I got notified that somebody dropped their subscription to my channel. Not a huge deal. I do not blame them because we really hadn't done Minecraft in, like, forever. And so I was a little bit hurt by that, but I understand. Like, I get it. Like, we haven't done Minecraft content. You came here for Minecraft content when I was running my Minecraft channel, and I did start Season 2. I actually started Season 2 twice, and just fell flat on it for work-related reasons. So last year, no, actually, a couple years ago, I did a video of saying Season 2 is coming soon. Nothing ever came of that. There's nothing I could do about it. Like, the new job that I got at the time would not listen to me about not putting me on 3rd shift. So they put me on 3rd shift, which means I couldn't really record. And the reason for that is I'm always sleeping during the day and I was awake at night. I can't exactly be awake at night and record. Otherwise, I may wake other people up, and then there's the fact that I've got my dog. I can't keep my dog awake, but it's a dog. You might be saying, but it's a dog. Why would you care about that? It's my dog. I care about my dog, okay? Coco is a good boy, and Coco's not here right now. He's downstairs with all the other dogs. So we probably should go check on the dogs at some point. We've only been live. That doesn't tell me. That doesn't tell me. I don't know how long we've been live. I was about to say, I think we've only been live like maybe an hour. But the whole point about like the channel and everything is that I was really thinking that we were going to be able, and this was like 3 years ago. I was really thinking we were going to be able to get up to 100 viewers, which that I felt like was going to be an accomplishment. Like, there's so many other big YouTube names, and one of the things they talk about when they talk about starting their channel is whether or not they were going to hit 100. And here we are, almost 5 years later, after starting this channel and everything, and we still haven't hit 100. Now, we did have like 3 years there out of the 5 where I couldn't do anything. Like, I couldn't post a video or anything. So, yeah, we got a lot of work to do there, and the best I could do here recently is exactly what we're doing right here, because I'm just the whole Minecraft channel and everything, like, I just felt so disappointed and let down because I really thought we were going to be able to go somewhere with that. I felt like I had, I guess the best way to put it is a blessing on that, and turns out that that blessing was a lie. There was no, like, divine intervention going to happen there, especially considering, issues at home. I felt like I didn't have any kind of support. In fact, I had the exact opposite of support. Like, imagine if Technoblade never had his father's support. Like, he never would have gone anywhere with it. And there wouldn't be this whole community of outcry after his death. If his family had never supported him on that. But they did, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I've got the exact opposite of what he does. Everything I'm doing, I'm having to do as much as I can on my own without any kind of actual help, and knowing that they don't like it. So, doing what I can with this, and yeah, it just goes back to what I was saying earlier, where I'm just like, are we ever going to get past that 100 mark? Is this ever going to be a thing that I can do? Uh, am I ever going to get back to working on Minecraft? I mean, going back and working on Minecraft is just a mental thing. It's just me going, okay, I'm going to do this, and that's it. That's the end of it. However, it's still the same problem of, I put in a lot of time and effort on there for nothing. So there's no motivation there left for me. And then, not to mention, the part of the motivation was to join a particular group, and we just lost connection, so I'm gonna wait. It looks like we're back up. Yeah, it looks like we're back up. Um, yeah, so the what I was saying is one of the motivating factors for me was to join a particular group of Minecrafters because I really thought that I had potential to join them. Uh, Granted, whether or not I would be able to would not be up to me. They've got rules that actually kind of make sense, but at the same time, it's kind of like stupid. But if you really like sit there and think about it, it's a all or nothing deal. Like, if even one person says no to a particular person joining them, then it's done right there. Like, you got one person that said nope, no. It's not a majority rules kind of deal. It's all or nothing, which I think is ridiculous. Because not everybody is going to get along with everybody. And that was something that, I also realized at some point, is that not everybody is going to like the content that everybody else makes. There are going to be people that don't enjoy what you do. So that's fine. Like, so what? Um, And that's something I finally had to come to terms with too, is that, you know, not everybody supports what I want to do here, and, you know, even longtime friends have really turned out not to be so friendly the last couple of years. And I've just kind of had enough of that. And we've lost connection again. Okay, I'm not seeing any kind of damage. We're still going to, just because I can't see everything, we're still going to try and repair when we get back. Which may not be for a while, so I'll have to put a reminder up on the inside of the ship. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything to worry about. Where the repair tool isn't even going off to be like, hey, there's something here that's broken. It needs your attention. Alright, we're gonna move on from this. I feel like we've got plenty of copper now. Ice baby. Wait. Pentaxid. Wonderful, that's something we definitely need. Oop. So, light freighter. Nothing to worry about there. That one might be a ship. If you can look up at the radar, top right of the radar, there is a white ship there. That might be a derelict ship, so that might be worth checking out here in a minute. Let's go get this Pentaxid, though, because it's definitely something we really need. Now, I want to know what that one is, too. Oh, this has got pillars sticking out of all directions now. Before this, these things only had... This isn't going to give us, like, a ton, but it is better than not having any. We'll get the small crafter to, or the small constructor to work on this. I'll have to look up what the ice is for here in a minute. Because we got the ability to just look that up in the PDA, so... This also reminds me, like I saw that Spange had been playing some new space crafting game called Spacecrafter, I think. There's also one out there called Starcrafter, and it looks like you literally build like stars. I don't know how that works, but yeah, it's all that. Anyway, that Spacecrafter kind of caught my attention. I don't think I'm gonna do that though. Probably the next new game that I get, even though we haven't even finished the current one that's out, is the next Pokemon. So Gen 10 will be coming sometime later this year. And I will definitely be getting that. I haven't looked up any reveals on that yet either. Did I just have a... I can never remember what the shortcut is for that. I thought I just heard a turret firing. No, wait, we're gonna do this. Go ahead and get all those working. How many do we have? 295. So that should give us over 400. That should last a while. I don't think that that's going... We're not going to be able to fill up everything, but we should be able to at least fly for quite a while. Actually, we wanted to go to that one. That's why I was pointing this way. Go see what this is. And then again, that looked like there was a ship, a derelict ship out there we can go to. I still don't know what the gear symbol means down there. Oh. Sticky keys. So we got, okay, silicone. Not something that I really want to get. And then we need to check out this moon, see if there's anything on it. could have sworn this appeared as a derelict ship, though. It's not a derelict ship anymore. Well, the icon was a derelict ship. Or at least that's what I thought I saw it there. It's an ice asteroid, okay. Actually, hang on. It's no. Can be refined into various components in a deconstructor. Into various components? Hmm. Now, I'm flat out curious now. Like, what all do you get from an ice asteroid? Oh no. Okay, so yeah, we've been live for like 2 hours. I was looking at the wrong spot for the time earlier. Durr. I feel really stupid now. Because I literally see where the time indicator is. Okay, this one's closer. Can be deconstructed into various components. Like various ores? Okay, I'm so curious now. Like I've said previously, I have never actually played any of the game to a significant level, so I have never gotten into ice mining. I have no idea what you get from mining ice. That doesn't make any sense to me. But, like, there's lots of different ice vehicles out there, so it's definitely a thing. I just don't know why it's a thing. Or what you could potentially get from it. So we're just going to poke our nose at it. Actually, I don't want to poke my nose at it. I want to be free of it in case something comes out and attacks me. We're going to point back towards the moon because we still need to get to the moon. Can be deconstructed into various components. Okay. So it's literally just the blue parts on these. Like, does this work like the scrap metal, where we break down the scrap metal into various? I think it breaks down into various ores, not not ingots. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I really don't know how that works anymore. I will say the layout of this is exactly like the copper that we just grabbed. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but this is in exactly the same spot. Can be deconstructed into various materials. Okay. Like what? I'm gonna put it in there, and then we're gonna activate the deconstructor just to see what it does. Now we do have other things in there, like some ammo and everything, but we're gonna have to watch it for a second to see what this ice breaks down into. I figured you would use ice to make, like, oxygen and things. Or to preserve Luke Skywalker's. Or preserve the Encino Man, or however you say that. Wasn't that Brandon Fraser? I think that was Brandon Fraser. Really stupid movie. I don't remember how much of that movie I actually watched either. It was so long ago. Like, what could this possibly break down into? Oxygen bottles? Why would you put it in a deconstructor if it breaks down into oxygen? Wouldn't you put that in a container and then use a constructor to make it into oxygen? Like, I don't get this. That's why we're doing this, because I've never actually done it before. Like, I can't imagine you getting anything, any other kind of material out of ice. Like, maybe there's materials in the ice, like it got captured in it? I can't hold the mouse button down that long with my finger. That actually kind of hurts after a while. Like, clicking when you're shooting is one thing, but just holding it while you're trying to mine, this actually works so much better. Though I had to get kind of used to this because the arrow keys on this laptop's keyboard is so it's so annoying. The up and down arrows, these are like half key size, and I'm talking like horizontal size. So they're very slim little buttons that you're pushing. So and they're literally right between the left and right ones. So left and right is like normal buttons, and then in between them. So it's essentially taking up like 3 keys with 4 keys. And only 2 of them are the normal size. So it took me a long time to get used to pressing the right key size there. I don't even remember what I did that eventually got me like pressing these correctly and not accidentally trying to like go up when I'm trying to go down. Okay, is that it? God, the RCS in this just makes it so unruly. Okay, hang on. Is Deconstructor running? Oh, wrong ship. Is this thing on? No, it's not on. Alright. Petroleum. Hmm. Oh, this is not the same thing. So it can convert the ice into water. Where would I put this? Let's just throw it in the fridge. Because I don't know where else to put that. We just got a whole bunch of ice for no reason. Okay. Okay, let's go to the planet. Or the moon. To the moon! That was completely and utterly pointless to mine that out. I didn't even realize that it was the wrong type of ice. I think the rich ice is like further out. I'm not really sure where that's at. I don't know where you would find that. Again, that's not something I have ever done, so yeah. Just wasted a few minutes mining ice. Like I said earlier, like we are not in short supply of water or oxygen. Like we're good on both. The main things we really need right now are all the rare resources, which we're not having good luck finding. And yes, we didn't go to a star system that we could get Zaz or Estrium. Actually, I think this one we could find Estrium in. But we chose to go to this planet first and go to its moons, simply because it's the first one in its orbit. And it's got like, what, 5 moons, I think? So there should be stuff to find. And this is very, very rocky looking. Oh joy. Okay, this is a little bit bigger than the other one. It's still small, but it's a little bit bigger. Stathium. That is behind me. So we're facing north, we need to face south. Tungsten deposits. What is the gravity here? Ew, this is a little bit higher gravity. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. I cannot tell where the ground is exactly. And I did not turn on God mode just in case. Let's go ahead and do that. Just in case it, like, kicks me out. Okay, it didn't kick me out of the ship and teleport the ship, so we're good. Boo 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 boo. Sapium! Let's go. Yet another ore that we desperately need. Because this is what you make combat steel out of. For hardened steel, we need titanium, and we do need more titanium. Because the small capital vessel attack vessel that I'm thinking of doing, we're going to make it completely out of hardened steel. I don't know if we're going to need combat steel on it. I may put a layer of combat steel in there, just because it will be a combat vessel. I'm still debating, like, exactly the shape of it, too. And it's not going to be, like, an in-game combat vessel, either. Uh-oh. God, it's so dark on this moon, too. Ah! Okay, I'm pretty sure there was 2 right here. Yeah, I don't think we got anything to worry about. We can just... Our ship should be safe. We should be able to just fly off and go collect some resources. I mean, it should be safe there. I haven't noticed anything, like... I can't think of what the other small ship is, the other Xerax ship. Because the Empiron's the big one. It's not the biggest one. I don't know what the biggest one is. Don't ask me. I'm not that knowledgeable about the game. You want to find something out like that? Like, talk to Spange or... Artemis Rogue doesn't really answer questions on his channel. He just posts videos of him blowing stuff up with his latest build. Like, I was watching the Hellcat earlier, and oh my god. Like I said earlier in the stream, he's using dual cannons on it, which is kind of unheard of. Like, until recently, I thought the main weapon to use was the plasmas. And I say recently because I watched that video and he's using dual cannons of all things. He's not using plasma cannons, he's using dual cannons. And from what I could tell, it looked to me like he's using 4 dual cannons, and that's it. That's not a lot. That's like crazy small compared to some other ships that he's made. I don't know how many turrets he's running on it. Can I please, like, go right? How close are you gonna let me get to that? I hate their aiming mechanic. They need to fix that so bad. It needs to be smooth aiming, not grid aiming. Mining... what? What did that say? Mining slag? So I'm guessing this tungsten works kind of like how Promethean works. It's not actually, well, no, they changed the Promethean. It now mines like any other ore. This does not. See, that's how Promethean used to when I first started. It was done in chunks. Like you would find ore chunks under the ground. And whenever you mined out an ore chunk, you mined out the entire ore chunk. Oh, there's one. Yeah, see, this works exactly the same way. I still don't know what you're actually using tungsten for. I haven't seen that listed. The Xerox Fuel Depot. We're still good on ammo on this thing. Promethean? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is like at the surface. Make a lot of fuel out of this. Okay. Got that. Let's go see what's over here. What are you? Silicon. Okay. Promethean deposit. God, this planet is just so, or this moon is just so dark. Oh, I think we've already gone completely around this. Yeah, I'm not gonna try for that. Thank goodness nothing shot at us. Well, I cannot see where I'm going at all. Like, there's nothing. Oop, yep. Like I was saying, it's just so dark here. Okay, so we flew around the lower half of this planet. There is iron. I missed an iron deposit. Okay, so that's all Xerex territory there. Yeah, so is that. That's why I didn't really try. There's like a lot of Xerex. So I think we're done here. We'll go to the next moon and see if there's anything there that's viable for us to get. Oh, what is this? Mining slag? Waste from mining processes. Useful resource can be extracted in a deconstructor. I don't know how much you would get out of that. Where is scrap? What is with my movements? Oh, it already did that. You don't need to be on 100% of the time anyway. Wheat, mushrooms, vegetables, spice, and plant protein. Alcohol, drinks. We got canned food. Ooh, what is that? I don't think it's anything to worry about because they already stopped. Okay, food 70, food 188, food 64, food 152. Food 35, so technically these 102. 54. It just suddenly occurred to me, like, screw it, let's just eat that one. I don't know how many we can make. What's the it doesn't perish time 164. Okay, so it'd actually be better if I just went ahead and do this. I don't know how many we can make, so we're just gonna make all of them. We'll make all the pizza. Alright. Let's get off of this planet and go, or I keep saying planet. Let's get off of this moon and go to the next one. And we actually should have a lot more pentaxid to throw in the tank now. Whoa. I'm about to say, I don't want to go back down the planet, so... Oh, I bet you it was a planetary wreck that we were looking at earlier, thinking it was like a new one to go see. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. There's two ships here? Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting anything here. Oh, we are getting awfully close to that. Ice asteroid, we're getting near. Yeah, there's too much Zirax present here. He is moving away from us. Oh, that's another Emirat. Stay away. We don't want to deal with that. Yeah, I'm not getting any resources here. Yeah, screw that. We'll check out the moon. But I am not getting out of this ship and going to any of this stuff because that will ruin my day. I didn't see what the other one was, though. I don't want to see what the other one is. It seems like there's some civilian stuff over here. Let's go down to the planet, or the moon. Let's see what you got. I do not want anything to do with an Emirat in orbit. Yeah, a lot of Zirax here. 0.4 gravity. Okay, that's not horrible. It's not good, but it's not horrible. It's not as horrible as, like, 1 and above. We just gotta be careful not to deal with any kind of big gravity planets. Or moons. Yep, well aware. What? I'm sorry, what? Voidium formation? What's a voidium formation? And what are you? You're not coming up as anything. Okay, this is gonna be clearly in Xerax territory, but more Sathium, more Neodymium. Please tell me it's a missile base. Never mind. So the only way I'm getting that is if we dig through the ground to it. The Sathium, I think, would be fine to just go get. The Neo, no. We'd have to dig a tunnel. We're probably close enough that you're gonna shoot at me. Or not. Fine by me, that's good. Oh my gosh, that is so bright. Promethean. We could use more Promethean. I'm not against it. Though, I'd rather not be here on this planet. On this moon. Yeah, let's just... I don't want to deal with this. There's, like, too much Xerax present. But if we, like, screw up at all, like, get too close to any of this stuff, we're probably dead. So, I don't want to deal with that. I just want to move on, let's go to the next one, and hopefully there'll be less Xerax present there. Yeah, especially considering there's an Emerat flying around there. Yeah, no, I don't want to deal with that. Forget that. Okay, so our Pentaxa tank is full now. There is a mobile outpost apparently that's behind us. No, it's below us. Okay. I am seeing, like, something over that way. Oh, this is a lava planet, isn't it? I wonder if this has got gold. Uh-oh. 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 I see that. I see it. I see it. I see it. We're going to it. It is near something Xerax, though. It's very near something Xerax. Okay, this is a small vessel of some sort. Okay, if you're wondering why I was like, oh my gosh, it's a lava planet. lava planets usually have gold on them. And gold's one of the things that we don't have, and is very necessary for making any kind of uh, CPU expansion. Which we don't need on this, but we will need it on the big one. I guarantee you we will need it on the big one. We're not going to get away with just a single core on that thing. That thing's probably going to need... I imagine with that many thrusters, we're probably going to need core 3 at a minimum just to get the thing to move. Small shipwreck. There's a titanium asteroid back there. Oh, it's this thing. Ow. Hmm. You know what? I feel like doing this again. I know we're making a collection of ships that we got to put back together, but maybe we'll start our own scrapyard. Natanus' scrapyard. How's that sound? It's like be within a single player world, we are a scrapyard. I'm actually surprised we got enough material to make that. Come on down to Natanus' scrapyard. We got everything. We got Emirates. We got, I can't think of the other one. We got Carillion class Star Destroyers. We've got my hunk of junk. Of course, that's compared to the Hans special hunk of junk. Hans? Yeah, Hans. That's right. I actually had a friend years ago. His name was Hans. Do we not have... Do we not have enough fuel? Uh-oh. I don't know why I can't get that to move. Oh, I bet you it didn't have a generator. If I were a generator in this thing, where would I be? We've taken apart one of these before, but I don't remember where the generator would have been. I know one thing, I don't like trying to get in and out of that cockpit. That is so annoying. That would be the first thing that I redesign. Like, is this thing combat still, or is it... It's hardened still. With wings on it. And one railgun. I think we got more railguns. We could put more rockets on it just for the looks. I don't think I'd ever use them, though. We'd need other things. Okay, we need a generator. I don't know if we can make a generator, though. Because we took out all of our resources. Yeah, we'll just... It doesn't need to be a big generator. Just a basic one in there will do. Yeah, just what you need, Natanus. Another project to work on. You've already got 3, technically 2. And you're dreaming up the 4th. I don't know where you would have a generator at in this thing. So if I were a generator, where would I be? Let's just put it there. Yep. Working on it. Aha. Negative 437. Wow, it's cold out there. Wow. Okay, parts. That should be this. Personal ammo, cannons. No, we'll throw that there. Excess ammo. Because honestly, I don't actually know what this is for. Some alien plasma weapons. I'm assuming this would be for, like, the weapons that you carry. I don't think it's for, like, any of the big guns, but I could be mistaken on that. Oh, we made 11 pizzas. Nice. Alright, now where to? A lot of Z-Rex. A lot of Z-Rex. Let's go see what this is. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you could tune in. We have currently 8 viewers. Oh, no. Yes. No. Yes. No. It says 8 views. It doesn't say viewers. So maybe we got 8 people watching. I don't know. It's hard to tell when nobody's chatting. Whenever nobody is chatting, like I'm assuming that there's just nobody there. Like asking questions or saying, "Hey, just chilling and listen to what you got to say," or seeing what this game is about, or blah 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 blah. I mean, at this point, this is kind of an older game, but it's not as old as like Skyrim, and there's people still playing Skyrim. So, ooh, a large wreckage. And there's another one over there, but that's got Z-Rex all over it. We might try to get to that one. I don't know. Large wreckage. What do you got for me? A lot of barking going on downstairs. A lot of barking. So, what is the large wreckage? I think this is one of those fuel things. So there's a lot of fuel cells in this. I think that's what I'm looking at. Not just a lot of fuel cells, a lot of generators. Yeah, you can see some of them back there. Is that something worth going after? Because we're gonna freeze out there. I also don't remember where the core is on this. Okay. My plan is we're gonna take the combat vessel. Get a closer look, because there it is. Now the problem is that we're gonna end up freezing to death in there. I'm not really sure that I'm that worried about all those things. Oh, what we got here? Storage containers? I didn't even know this thing had storage containers on it. Yeah, there's some in the back there, but I'm not going to worry about those because it's way harder to get to those than it should be. Same with those, I'm not going to worry about it. We're getting very little in terms of fuel from those anyway. Which is the patrol craft. Fuel we got. We got lots of fuel a minute ago. So that's cool. There's a lot of stuff there. Yeah, it says we got 9 viewers, or 9 views, and 1 concurrent viewer. So somebody that's watched previously. Welcome, 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 welcome. You missed what I was saying earlier about that, because I was just like, I'm not sure if that means that we've actually got somebody watching or not. It's kind of hard to tell with that, because it's not exactly clear. Should we scrap all those? Because that's a lot of generators that we just picked up. Yeah, I don't see a reason not to. Get a lot of material from them. We're not going to get anything meaningful from that, but you know, we're getting a lot of stuff from it. There's no reason to keep that many of them, so might as well. This I want to do. Actually, no. Well, this will just be running in the background, so we'll just fill up the cache, and that'll run until we're out of stone. So we got that going, and we've also got the deconstructor going with stuff. And for anybody just joining, or later on, yeah, well, I mean, if you're watching this later, you probably see me pick up that small wreck. So yeah, we got a little project vehicle to work on. We got way too many project vehicles. We got the one kind of large small vessel to rebuild, and then we got the yacht from yesterday to rebuild, and now I've taken this little I don't even know what to really call that. It's not really a fighter, it's not really a helicopter. It's something in between. Okay, we don't want to mess with the Xerox at all. No, that's a defense satellite. We definitely don't want to mess with that. Okay, let's go to this moon, because this definitely looks like it is a lava planet. I know it's a moon, but everything is a planet. Everything is referred to as a planet. So a lava planet should have gold on it. I don't know if this one is actually a lava planet, but it's glowing red, so... Xerox. Oh no. Like, come on, seriously? And that's why you keep God mode active. I'm guessing that one. Okay, this will be a really good test of our little ships because this is a 1G planet. So it'll be interesting to see if this actually can fly here. Okay, it seems to be just fine. Now, because we got the whole weight and volume, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Oh my god. Graphite is something we desperately need too. This is the main thing that you make carbon blocks out of. So finally finding graphite in ore form is absolutely amazing. Because we need a lot more for the structural, the inside of our big ship that we're making. I know I left the constructor at home base building as many of these as I could. Or as many carbon blocks. As many carbon blocks as I could, but we still didn't have that much. And we need it for the base too at some point. Because right now the base is still like horrible. It still looks like garbage. So at some point we need to fix that. But this is definitely a lava planet, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's gold somewhere here. I'm getting a lot of sulfur too. How hot is this planet? 152? I think our suit is rated up to 159. Or 195, I forgot which way. We'll have to look at it here in a minute. So I should be able to go explore that crash ship fairly easily. Oh yeah, it's like it's trying to get out of there. And I think here in a minute, we're gonna stop here, and I'm gonna get off for a little while, and then we will come back in a couple of hours to pick up where we left off. And the whole reason for that is, one, we've been live for 3 hours, so it's time for a break, and two, it's also that time of evening where people are, well, one person is getting off of work, so I need to go greet them, and I need to check on my dogs. It's fun. We'll finish getting this graphite here, and then we'll take a couple hour break. I'm not gonna leave the stream running, because if we're taking a couple of hours, you're not gonna sit back here and watch like a couple hours of nothing happening. Even if I had like some kind of screensaver, like some VTubers have. Actually, it's not just VTubers. Some streamers have like animated things for when their stream is starting and everything. I don't have anything like that. I do have the ability to make something like that, but I've got no inspiration for it. Nothing. Zip. Zilch. Nada. And the other thing is, if I paid somebody to make something like that, I would have to pay them. And I ain't got the money to pay somebody to make something for me. So, yeah. We're doing the best we can here with limited resources. It would be much better if I could make the stuff for me, for myself, which I do have the capability of doing that. Sort of. I really wouldn't know where to actually begin with that. I mean, I've made a couple of simple animations, like my countdown animation. Actually, the countdown animation is about the only animation I've made. Well, there is the wormhole tunnel, but the wormhole tunnel isn't animation. The wormhole tunnel was a combination. It's just like something like not really green screen, but something I just kind of figured out how to do. The only problem with it is I don't know how to fix the color with it. If you know anything about green screens and hiding imagery or hiding backgrounds to later go in and put CG on it, I effectively did that with the wormhole, and it does work to an extent, but if you really look at the imagery going on there, you can see that the foreground is actually slightly see-through, and there's parts where the color just happened to match the color that I was using to like mask out things so that I could do like a behind it. So unfortunately, if you look at like certain areas, you can see straight through the ship and see the rest of the actual like spiral wormhole thing going on. The other problem with it was I couldn't, because of limitations with replay mod, I couldn't exactly get the wormhole to be long enough for me to like speed it up and go through, like make it look like the ship's flying through it faster. The what it ends up being is I did the best I could to try to loop it and look like it was naturally looped, but at the end of the tunnel you can clearly see that it loops back. Like I did my best, but unfortunately I would have to go in and like redo the entire tunnel so that the tunnel at some point looks the exact same, so that when you do loop the video back through, it looks like you've started all over again. Or it looks like it's the same tunnel. Right now you can tell that you've looped the video portion of that. Okay, Okay, I do see a medium thruster on that. It's weird that it's running, so that tells me that this thing has a core somewhere in it. There's also the problem that this thing is buried. And I don't have the proper tools to actually unbury this thing. Because on the inside, you would still have areas that they're filled with rock. And so you got another thruster there. Is this really necessary? No. No, it's not. In fact, I don't think there's going to be much from this that we can actually take. I think I've seen this one before. Like, this is one of the more common ones. I think there's a few thrusters on it. And that's about it. There might be some storage down in the lower section. Like a long-term project, maybe one day, that I would like to do, is find one of these, and because it is a base, we would tear out every single block, and the blocks are actually interchangeable from base to ship. So we could use all the same blocks to put the ship back together, to an extent. Like, obviously there's going to be like areas of damage and everything. Yeah, see, there's the door. Maybe something I do like far into the future, because this would also be like so annoying to do. Like remove a block, place a block, remove a block, place a block, so that you keep the general shape of the thing that was originally there. Ooh. Like, I wonder if a ship crashed like that, how long would it take for material around it to build up to where it eventually filled in and just buried something like this? Considering that this is literally rock that we're getting from this, I imagine it would take a very long time for it to form rock around it. But I also think because this is also like a lava planet, this thing would have melted. Like straight up, it would have melted. There's no way something like this would actually survive being on a lava planet for that long. It would eventually melt. And then what you would actually have is just slag of metal everywhere. Considering that, you know, most likely a lava planet is not necessarily rock or iron or anything, it's going to be a mess of everything. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell all the elements apart. It wouldn't be until, like, it starts cooling and certain, not really elements, but certain particles start forming elements. But that, you're talking, it would have to, like, cool down significantly for that. If you haven't figured out why I'm doing this yet, we're getting, like, a lot of stone. Like, a lot of stone. Oh, that is literally reflecting. I wonder that's reflecting like the actual area around it, or if it's just reading data saying, hey, this is what it is around you, so this is what you should be reflecting. Like a specific texture. Is it a window? I think it's a window. Yeah, it's probably reflecting a specific texture and not the actual surrounding, because we just flew underneath it and didn't show our ship. I wouldn't imagine they would do that, because that would... like, what... Like, how much programming would it take to reflect a ship that you hand-built in glass? Like, reflecting something that is already, like, pre-established is one thing. Like, the game could be like, okay, you're wearing this, this, and this, you made this choice for your hair and everything, and like, I'm talking about, like, customization for, like, Pokemon here. So reflecting your character would be a simple matter of just making a duplicate of yourself in the mirror in the spot that you're standing. It wouldn't be that difficult in terms of Pokemon. In terms of this, I don't know how you would even begin. I love how there's, like, structural supports here too. Because technically this is a base and it would collapse without the structure. It's just a derpy little thing that most people probably wouldn't see, because you wouldn't be doing something as retarded as this. Alright, I feel like we've unburied that a lot. Probably too much, but, you know, whatever. I'm really surprised that the gravity isn't really affecting me too much here. Anyway, like I had said previously, we are going to go and take a little break, and then I will come back to you guys later. So until then, guys, take care, and I'll see you.